What up, what up, what up? I'm Jake.
I'm Jim.
Welcome to Secret Hideout, place where we talk you can't bring to the dinner table.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. No Zoe today.
No Zozo.
It's an early morning sesh.
Yeah, he had to work.
We had to do it.
Jake dogs on him for the first half of the pod.
Yeah. Dog on him again. So Jim just figured out how to do stuff.
Be careful.
He don't even need Enzo no more. You hear that, Enzo? Calling in and shit.
Don't be calling it. Dude, I'm dealing with people calling in my real job, calling in my fake job. I swear. This economy's whack right now. Oh, shit.
What episode is this?
This is 89.
89, huh?
Yeah, approaching 100.
Oh, shit.
That's cool. Nobody watches still.
Okay. It's all right.
But everyone who
they
does.
will come, all right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Saw that in a movie. What do we talk about today?
Oh, man, we get in Secret Hideout Sports right off the gate. So
Yeah.
talk some hockey.
Okay.
We get a little deep into our own youth hockey playing.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Then we hit Stranger Things, that pop culture.
Yeah, but we don't do, it's not like a spoiler episode.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Yeah, good job, Jim.
Pop.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
We're getting a little bit of that.
Pop it, baby. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, we don't go full into Stranger Things because Jim hasn't finished it still.
No.
And then Zoe's not here. And
it's not even over yet. So there's still more to watch, everyone.
Yeah.
The season's not over.
Yeah. We talk a little bit about the Daily Wire.
Oh, yeah.
And what they're doing, they're pumping out.
Some sweet content coming out of there.
What's going on with
What
that?
do they say? They say change the culture first, culture first. If you're able to change the culture, then that's where you can make a real change, a positive change. Yeah.
That's the thing? Okay.
Tim Pool always says something like that. I'm sure he says it better than I just did. Check out Tim Pool.
You got to change the culture. You change the culture. Nostalgia.
Did you listen to the nostalgia breakdown? The nostalgia breakdown is heavy. It is. I've been thinking about it a lot. We don't do that on this one.
I talk about a children's book.
Yeah, and then also you get into the boys, and the boys had some secret messaging in there.
Yeah, some stuff that I just didn't realize my first watch because I wasn't in that political arena at all.
That's funny to think too, that it took a second time watching it for you to catch the propaganda.
Yeah. Cause I didn't even, the first time I watched it, I didn't even realize that's what was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was so asleep, man. God, I was so asleep before 2020.
It wasn't asleep. It was just avoiding, just not.
Like black-pilled? Were you black-pilled at that point?
Yeah.
You're kind of black-pilled and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's crazy.
What else we go?
We do, the book that you were talking about, we talked about.
Did you really timestamp it? Jim thought I was being racist in there, didn't you?
I timestamped.
I was being racist.
I timestamped what I said because I don't know if I'm going to leave it in. It's not bad, but
okay.
I don't think it's that bad. I say the N-word.
He doesn't say the N-word.
Oh,
that's not true. Then we get into you start talking about some Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah, we break in. I'm getting into. I finally hit the point of Game of Thrones where everyone wants you to hit, and it's really fucked up. It's a fucking good show though.
Then we jump into some random shit.
Yeah.
We talk about the January 6th committee thing.
That just happened that no one
we didn't
saw.
But we get into a little bit of that. We talk about some Fed operations that are happening as false flag events. Talk about the gas. Gotta get in that gas and what Biden's saying about it.
Well, it's like
stand for Ukraine.
We never thought we'd be talking about that gas, but the gas is getting there where you got to talk about it.
You got to talk about it. And then we end up on a little bit of pop or secret hideout science.
Yep.
And Justin Bieber.
Yeah, some Biebs.
So enjoy it. Let's get it.
Let's go. Yeah, we're here at episode 89.
89.
Yeah. No Zozo today.
Yeah, no Zoe.
I don't know where that fool be.
He bitched out.
You working? Yeah, he texted me last night at midnight saying, "Got a meeting 9 to 11."
Yeah.
So we're doing a morning sesh too.
Like, did he get?
You know what?
But
I don't have a
coffee. We always got.
I need a coffee.
We'll go get a coffee. I'm gonna shit on Enzo. For
okay.
A little bit, okay. So that's what we do when he's not here. All right. No. First, Jim texts us and like, "Hey, we gotta do a morning session." Well, actually, we had it planned, and Jim was like confirming it last night. Sends a group text and, "Hey, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." Enzo sends back like, "Let's get it." He's like, "Woo, yeah, all right, I'll be there for sure, guys." And then like fucking a half hour later, no, like an hour later, like Jim said at like fucking midnight, he got a call or something at midnight saying he can't come in, or he's got a meeting he's got to do.
That fool knew.
Someone called him at 11:30 and was like, "Hey, so you gotta. Hope you don't got no plans tomorrow morning, cause you got a big day tomorrow."
I was like, if he wants to stay up all night and play Tarkov, he can just tell us. There's no reason.
Yeah, but just tell us. I bet we go on right now. He's playing right now.
Yeah, I know. He's on that shit. Tarkov is releasing a new game that's it's like an arenas based, so it's a smaller world. Okay. And it's like probably made to like compete with
Call of
Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay.
It looks good, though.
Okay.
It looks better.
Have you ever played it with him yet?
No, I don't have a PC. It's only PC.
It's only PC.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Whatever.
Build a PC? Yeah. I don't got time for that. If I was going to build a PC, I would have built a PC for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I instead bought a Mac. Because I'm addicted to Macs.
They got you,
They got me hard, man.
They got you.
Yeah, I'm always just like, but AirDrop. But AirDrop.
You have always been like AirDrop.
It is the best feature, though.
I didn't even use it until we started skating and shit.
Yeah, skating.
And that's the only time I've used it since.
We'd use it on this if you had it.
Yeah.
You'd be able to just AirDrop me all the shit that... Because you have... The thing about the show is you always come the most prepared, and you have like screenshots of like stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And everything pulled up on your phone, but there's no way for you to get it to me. You have to like I'll have to log into like Google Docs or something.
Yeah, you guys need to get Androids. That's what needs to happen.
I'm sure actually there is probably some sharing that we haven't like figured out that you could probably send it to this.
Apple does not like that.
No, they don't.
They do not really like it to crossbreed, man.
No.
They want I'm the dick in the group. They want you guys really to point that out to me.
Yeah, you're
I'm
poor
an idiot.
as fuck.
Yeah, poor and an idiot.
I don't know why that's always the thing. I see a green box in my thing. I'm like, this poor son of a bitch.
Yeah, my phone's the same price.
Like, I'll hire an employee. No, I don't know if I should say that. Never mind.
What kind of phone do you have? I got one last question for you. Just by the way, the interview is going great. All right, but just one last thing. Can you AirDrop?
I have no use for AirDrop at my work.
No. Can you AirDrop though?
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, let's get into sports real quick.
All right, cool.
There you go, snapshot.
That one felt quick.
Was that too quick?
Yeah, a little too quick.
Oh, there you go, snapshot. Bingo.
Is that better?
Well, bingo bango. Does he say bingo?
I think
it's just bingo?
Yeah.
Just bingo? Okay. Yeah. So,
oh, there you go, snapshot. Bingo. Right in the back of the net. Number 17 really peeved off, wasn't he?
Yeah, you can play the whole thing.
All right.
So the Lightning are going to the championship.
I know. Did you see that game at all?
I did.
Yeah, I watched the third period of it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah, and it's cool because did you watch any of the the little after stuff, the interviews afterwards?
No, I was at a bar.
On the ice. Oh, you're at a bar.
Yeah.
So they did a little bit of on ice interviews real quick, and they were talking to Stamkos, who's like, I mean, he's like a veteran and super humbled out by now, but he was talking about it was interesting. Like he like legitimately seemed worried about Avalanche.
I think he should be.
And I think I know that's what I'm saying. Like he's like they're a high flying team that has good defense, and like just the way he was talking about it was real quick, but it just seemed like all right, like they know they're up against something.
Did you see in that third period when he took that penalty? I
missed the penalty.
Okay, so he took a penalty. He grabbed one of the guy's jerseys. And it was pretty blatant. Kind of a stupid penalty, actually.
Yeah, this is Stamkos?
Yeah, Stamkos took it. And he takes a penalty, and Rangers go on the power play, score a goal on the power play.
Okay.
And then literally 30 seconds after the penalty's over, they fucking bust down the ice, and Stamkos scores the goal.
That's the one that hit his pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
To put him back in the lead.
Okay. See, I didn't see the Rangers goal.
Yeah.
I saw that goal.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was awesome. I was like, oh, that's justice, because he was fucking hurting after he took that penalty. Like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah.
It was like a desperation. Like, you could just tell, but you were winning the game at that point.
Yeah, and I didn't know this because I don't follow the Rangers, like, at all. Like, I don't know anything about them, but I guess apparently they weren't they weren't expected to go this far.
No.
Like they're, from what I gathered from it, it's like they were kind of like a rebuild
underdog,
and like they were thought to go into the playoffs, but not take it this far.
Yeah,
so it's good for them that they went semifinals.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't watch the Rangers. Like, I like the Rangers team. Like, whenever I see them, I'm like, oh, this is they're OGs.
Yeah.
You got classic jerseys. Mm-hmm. I like their jerseys. I think that has a lot to do with who I like on the ice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never follow them at all, except for only person I can think of the Rangers was like Mark Messier. So back in the day, Rangers.
But they got that. What's their guy? Like Panarin or?
I don't even. I know who you're talking about, but I don't even know who.
They call him the Bread Man or some shit. I don't know much about him. But he is dope.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team, obviously. Shit.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it's like it's gonna be a good series. You got this young, fast team against this seasoned team in the championship. So that's gonna be really interesting to see.
It's gonna be a banger.
Which one, what kind of team you want.
I think I'm rooting for Tampa.
I'm rooting for Tampa too.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. Well, one, because I'm rooting for Tampa because of freedom. Right.
It has a lot to do with it. It does. I feel you.
But I kind of I feel like, so if they win this would be 3 in a row, right? Which hasn't happened in a really long time.
Since the 80s.
And, but here's the thing though, is their first one was during the pandemic, like the start of the pandemic. And I feel like, I'm pretty sure there was something different. The league did something different then. Okay, like they shortened the season because we went into lockdowns, and then for playoffs they had it go differently. And I don't
think it was shortened.
It was shortened somehow, and I don't know exactly how, because I refused to watch hockey for the last 2 years because of no audience.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
Everyone was doing like Black Lives Matters chants before the game and stuff. It was weird.
Yeah, they were sacrificing kids out on the ice and shit. Weird time for
Tom
hockey.
Hanks had a lot to do with it.
Tom Hanks was refereeing there. All right, come on, guys.
Shit.
So, but anyways, so I'm pretty sure there was something different though for that 2020 season.
Yeah, I think they made it 5 games. Yeah. They did, I'm pretty sure.
So I've always felt like, all right, there's got to be, like in the history books, when it gets to that,
it's going to have an asterisk.
It's going to have an asterisk, right? Yeah. Like, and then, I don't know they didn't do anything different for the following year, did they?
No, because by then it was already, I think, open here.
It wasn't no audience still, though.
So really?
Yeah, there was still no crowd. Dude, that's why I didn't watch.
Dude, they gave us a fucking time warp, dude. They did a for real, in real time warp with COVID, because I can't place the last 2 years of my life at all.
Yeah, it is weird.
You had the benefit of working the whole time, So I think you stayed on course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like I
mix up the summer of 2020 and the summer of 2021.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I mix those up. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like
the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mix it all up. It's all blesh.
Because it was still an awkward time in 2021.
Yeah. Like trying to figure shit out.
Like I said, there's still no audience in hockey and shit like that.
Yeah, see, I thought there was.
That was one of the reasons I didn't watch it. But anyways, so it would be cool for them to get that. Like, it'll be 3 in a row, but at the same time, I'm like, does it really count, though? Does it really count? Like, I don't know. Is it more like 2 in a row with 2.5? It's like 2.5.
2.5 in a row.
They got 2.5.
I think it's still for the, for the idea of them getting it for the team. They're gonna fight for that 3-peat. And I think that's that's why I want them to do it.
And it's I
Stevie Y built that team too.
Yeah. And I figured out something too. Like it was like they, because when they win the I forgot which trophy they get for their conference, what it's called. For winning the semifinals, you get like a trophy.
Yeah,
there's
you're
two
not
of
supposed
them.
to touch it. Yeah, I know.
I don't know if there's the other one is you're not supposed to.
One
touch.
of them
I don't
you
know.
can't touch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's both of them or not. But anyways, they were doing that thing, and they had the captains came and took a photo with it, and then like Stamkos waved over the team, and they all came and hugged. It's like you get kind of emotional watching that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, and it's like the reason you get like I get kind of emotional when you see that is, and I'm sure it's with a lot of people, is because you know how that feels. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've played sports, competitive sports, any time in your life, like I'm assuming at least one point you've won a championship.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In your life. And so you know how that feels.
Can you imagine if you didn't?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I did think about that. Like if you played hockey, since you were fucking 7 years old.
You had to have won something.
Till like high school or beyond. Like, yeah, you've had to have won something, man. And it doesn't matter. And that feeling doesn't matter whether you play fucking like house league, travel league,
adult league.
It doesn't matter what league you're in or what age you're at. Like the feeling's the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or what division you're in. Like you be D2. If you win a championship, it's the same feeling.
What did you guys win when you played Berkeley? Did you guys win Silver Sticks?
I don't know. We won.
You won a big tournament.
Yeah, we won a bunch. I mean,
but you had a house team that wasn't really a house team.
We won. We won some like I don't know what it would be like the big it was like not like districts or anything. I think like that.
Silver Sticks.
It's like it was like really big. The one where like so we at that time though we were classified as like a D2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Team.
You're a house team.
Yeah, but
in the rankings of all the house teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it was spring or what. I don't know like what it was, but no, it wasn't spring. It was regular season. But so we were on the second tier.
Okay.
Of it, you know, which we shouldn't have been.
You guys had like
because we fucking plowed through. I'm not talking about the one that we faced you guys.
Oh, okay.
This was after that.
Okay.
And like it was like a joke. Like it was like a joke. We were called the Mad Cows.
Oh, I remember that.
Because mad cow disease was going on.
That's
and shit,
awesome.
And it was like it was kind of like a reject team.
Yeah.
Where we were all just whatever
kids who didn't want to go play travel.
Yeah, know. And but it was still like we were fire and we won the big championship. And if we were in the one above it, we would have played at
The Joe.
Okay. So I don't know what that was.
All right.
Do you remember what that was?
I don't know.
Where you got to play at the Joe?
I got to do it once.
I went there.
Yeah.
I went to yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever that was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
But yeah, so that feeling though is there.
Yeah. Well, I know something funny about that actually is that game. So that was probably the first time I won a championship. I'm thinking it was Squirts or something. Maybe
what, the Red Wings or the Joe Louis?
No, it was probably Pee Wee's.
Yeah,
it was probably Pee Wee's. It was first time I won a championship though, at least on a travel team, because I probably won one on a house team actually, but it was whatever. It was at the Joe, and it was a big game, and we won, and I played really good. Yeah. And it was right after I grew, and I had like a real weird year of hockey. I really wasn't.
Because you weren't in your feet?
No, I wasn't in my feet. I was looking like Larkin his first year. Like I was like Bambi out there.
Yeah.
And just I could skate fast, but I was wild and all over the place. They called me Tart Cart. Dude, I had a coach that year that was
memories coming.
Yeah, I had a coach that year that was a fucking
I remember that.
He was a 19-year-old
Yeah,
kid.
I remember that coach.
And he was a fucking bull, dude. Yeah. He was mean as fuck. Okay. He gave us all nicknames. We had to wear them on our helmets. Mine was Tart Cart. Okay, and like he hated me because I was always like team clown and joking at practices.
Tom DeLong.
Yeah, for sure. I was, touching penises and stuff or whatever. Like, and fucking that year though, we won the championship, and then I got fucking cut from the team after the game in the Joe Louis parking lot.
Really?
I got cut from the team. And it was the most devastating thing I ever, like, I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Yeah,
like,
that's harsh.
Yeah, it was harsh. He didn't cut me either. It was like one of the assistant coaches who was like a good friend with my dad forever. We played house together, and he cut me. And like my dad to this day holds a grudge against that guy.
Yeah, he should.
And
you fucked up because you got into music, all right? Because that's your revenge. That's your revenge story, right?
Yeah,
there,
yeah. So that for sure. Because then we just started the band, and we just started it, and then I decided I wasn't going to play travel after that, and I was just going to go play high school. And high school wasn't that big of a deal at that point. It was actually just coming out of its club years.
Yeah.
And it was the second year that it was actually like a varsity sport.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is going to be easier, and I'm not going to have to travel as much, and I can concentrate on the band and shit. Probably did fuck me up, though.
Yeah.
And but then I ended up going and playing like the best hockey of my life in high school. So it made up for it. Because I remember seeing that coach that cut me playing his son in my senior year.
Okay.
And he was talking to my dad like, that's Jimmy? Like, that's Jimmy out there? Like, I couldn't even believe that was him. Like, he's gotten so much better. It was weird because I didn't even really take hockey that much more serious throughout high school.
No.
I just grew into my body and just, So,
yeah, that's cold.
Isn't that cold,
that's
dude?
Real cold.
Isn't that fucked up? I to this day remember walking out of the back of the Joe because we were able to like leave like the exit where the players would enter.
Yeah.
And I was in that tunnel. It was like fucking. It was like
Rudy or something.
Yeah, dude. Cried so hard, man. Cried so hard.
Damn.
Yeah. It was fucked up. And I made it on that team by getting cut from that team too, actually.
Yeah.
So I made it. This was the first year I played with Free. This was like 3 or 4 years prior to it.
Okay.
And I got cut it was the first time I was trying out for a travel team. I got cut, and then some kid ended up going to a different team. So I made it onto the team as like a second choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Joe on that team?
Yes. That was the first year I played with Lama.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe was on the team. So I was in 4th grade or 5th grade or something like that. So, but yeah.
No, we weren't 4th, 5th.
Getting cut from that sucked too, because I just met Jeff and I was in the locker room. Me and Jeff.
Whoa, wait, hold on. So you're saying the team that you got cut in the team overall, like your first time before you ever played travel. That was your first time.
Yes.
To get on the travel team.
I played with the Mount Clements Wolves.
I got you.
From squirts to whatever last year Pee Wee.
Okay, and you're saying to get on that
team, I got cut.
Yeah,
and then made it on as a second choice.
Yeah.
So then I got cut again after winning the championship. So I got it was like like a roller coaster of the lowest. So I got cut.
Yeah.
I got on the team, and we're making it. We built the team, and we won a championship. And then I got cut after the fucking championship.
So the only time I ever played travel was I played a spring league travel at and we would play at Oak Park.
Okay.
But it was still Berkeley.
It was a Berkeley travel team.
And it was when the Ice Pirates, which then became a house team afterwards, they were a travel team first.
Yes.
Okay. And that was probably like my first year of squirt, maybe my last year of might. So I was real young.
So either first year squirt.
I was like, I think it was last year might, because I was real young, and got on the Ice Pirates, the Berkeley Ice Pirates, which I thought was really fucking cool. And it was my again, this was a spring. So it's like different.
It's a little easier, I guess, to
like,
play travel.
It's different. Yeah. But I remember my first game going into the locker room, and it was like they had all of our jerseys hanging up on like everything like that, and it was just different. And I just remember I fucking hated it. I fucking hated it. It was so, and like we had like this kid on the team that was like the star, and like I just like in my head was probably the coach. Like literally in my head, my memory is like being in the locker room and there being like reporters around him, like just people around him, and he like this like smug fuck, and like I didn't know what was going on, like
he came in there with mismatched laces, and
yeah,
shit.
like and I just fucking hated it, but then they became a house team and I played for them on the house team.
They're a good team.
We were a good team, a really good team. But what was I getting to at that? I forgot where I was going.
The fact that all the jerseys were hung up, and
just like I guess it's that world of hockey, like how you got cut, like how they did it dirty at the Joe, like that's how it gets, like with like everything.
Oh, dude,
everything becomes cutthroat, like
It does. It's all politics.
It's all politics and bullshit and everything.
I remember my parents always saying that. I never really understood it until I was an adult. Like, you have to like give money to these teams and be a donor and be like, you have to be in the pockets of the teams. And this is like small time. So imagine what it gets like. That's why there's probably guys out there fucking that rip and will never see like pro ice. Like, because somehow they got mixed up out of the politics.
Because other than that, the only other time I tried out for the Bears. Me and Travis tried out for the Bears.
Yeah.
For like fun, like our my dad was like, we're talking. I talked to the coach. They like you guys. They said you guys should try out. And me and Travis, I remember me and Travis being like, this is when we were like good and shit. And this would have been last year squirt going into Pee Wee. And I remember it being like, we were both like, oh shit, they want us to try out, like they must mean something,
They just wanted the money.
Just got cut like right away,
yeah.
And then like my mom kept saying, oh, it's because they want your dad's money and shit, and I never like understood that.
Yeah, they probably wanted a sponsorship through your dad's or something. Yep, that's how it works, man. They
just wanted that because it costs money to try out.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like $50 to try out.
They get money that way. Yep. Everything was fundraising and money. You're doing car washes and this and that. Everything was getting money for the team.
Yeah.
And the teams with the most money always did the best.
Yeah. So like you're saying, there's guys out there that are fucking fire that just they can't fund it.
Small town in Canada couldn't afford to play.
Yeah.
Even like, because once you get past high school, or like high school is cool and college is cool because you can maybe get some eyes on you in those areas and play for a little bit less money for high school at least.
Yeah.
But like before high schools were even popping, you couldn't go play juniors. You had to go play, and that's all pay to play. Everything's all pay to play. Like even when I was doing the walleye tryout, I got a FHL team wanted me to come out for the tryout, and I was like, oh, I know what this is. Like this is it's a $500 tryout. You know what I mean? And you go there, and they're just gonna. You have to pay for your room and board. Yeah. You have to, pay $500 for the ice, and then they just are gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
Same thing. And even when you get in the in the F and stuff like that, those kids are all paying to play still because they're paying for ice time. Hockey's expensive, man.
Yeah, that's why you never see a rag to riches.
Not really.
No. Not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
You don't ever see that.
You can't. Yeah, no.
It's like impossible. Not saying that, and I'm not, when I'm talking about my trial, I'm not saying like I was good enough to be on the team, but it's the fact of like how the coaches,
at that age, how do they even know? I mean, if you're gonna develop in those years,
yeah, for sure.
Like if you're a good house player, you're gonna.
But Travis was exceptionally better than me.
Yeah,
like my boy Travis,
good hockey player,
very good hockey player, and like even he got cut. Mm-hmm. I was like, because I remember thinking like, oh, if I don't make it, like Travis is probably gonna make it, and like being like, I remember being in conflict in my head because he was like my best friend playing hockey, and like I was like, fuck, what if I don't make it?
Right.
But Travis is going to.
Yeah.
And he didn't even make it, but yeah, just that fucking idea of like they just want that money.
They do want that money, dude. That's what it's all about. It all boils down to that. I mean, like I said, in high school it's a little different. They still want your money though.
Yeah.
But high school, I did see there is more kids that can make a team that don't have money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you still have to have some money to play hockey, but you see, like, I don't know, poorer kids play in high school that are like, their parents don't have shit and they just have shitty equipment, but they made the team because the team needs players because high school was slim pickings because everyone's playing juniors or whatever, playing high level AAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't get the cream of the crop in high school.
Yeah. Sometimes I regret not playing high school, but at the same time, like, I don't because so my high school was still in its club phase.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the dudes coming up to me because my girlfriend at the time worked at the ice arena and I was up there with her. And one of the dudes came up to me and was like, "Hey, I heard you played hockey. You play hockey. Like, you want to play for the team, And I had just quit hockey.
Did you stop your 9th grade year?
No.
It was the 8th grade.
This would have been 11th grade that this happened.
Oh, so you stopped playing 10th grade?
I stopped playing 10th grade.
Okay.
Going into 10th grade.
All right.
The summer of going into
music.
The band and everything, exactly. Well, another reason why is because everyone I played hockey with my whole life was going to high school.
Yeah, Berkeley had a good team too.
They were joining their high school team, and like Travis and everything like
Berkeley
that.
had already, I think, been like a varsity.
Yeah,
they've been a hockey club for a minute.
And so I was like, all right, like I wasn't taking it serious at that time because of music.
Yeah,
I was listening Blink-182 and shit,
Yeah, right.
But
going to local shows just started.
Yeah, but I just remember he asked me and I turned it down and like, so I kind of regret not playing high school, but at the same time, like at that time though, like I still like I hadn't had a growth spurt yet.
Yeah,
like I didn't get my growth spurt until like that summer.
Yeah,
like getting real tall.
Yeah,
and so like I probably would have got fucked.
Yeah, you would have had a weird
that first
so weird.
11th
and
grade.
You grew like I grew. You grew 6 inches.
Yeah.
In like a summer.
Yeah.
Like that's how I grew. I grew 6 inches one summer because you got off Ritalin.
Yeah.
And it sprouted you up. And I was on Accutane or something, some sort of gnarly like face medicine that has like crazy side effects, made my hair curly and shit.
Yeah.
And then I got off that and I grew like boom.
Yeah.
Because I was probably supposed to be growing gradually.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you were always taller.
I was always taller, but
yeah, you
I shot up to 6'4" in like a summer from 6 feet probably, or 5'9", 5'11" or whatever. But yeah.
So yeah, the Stanley Cup finals are.
Oh, there you go, snapshot, bingo.
They start Wednesday. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm
gonna try to watch. I don't have it anywhere. Like I guess I could stream it.
Watch it on your phone.
I know.
Legally.
That's how you gotta do it. But it was nice watching it at the bar. People were invested in it too, so I might go watch a couple games at the bar.
Yeah.
Just grab some food and shit.
That's how I used to do it. Like when Melissa was pregnant with Hayden, before I found out about Sports Surge.
Yeah.
I would go to the bar.
Has Sports Surge been doing it that long?
Yeah, it used to be Reddit.
Okay.
It used to be Reddit NHL streams.
Okay, and then they shut that down.
And that got shut down or something, and then it got moved over. But yeah, so before I found that, I would just go to the bar by myself and sit at the bar. And
something's nice about that.
Yeah, I'd go to fucking like the shit bar. You gotta go to the shit bar.
Yeah.
You're watching hockey by yourself.
I went to Betty's in Ferndale.
Okay.
But we were grabbing food, and I guess on Secret Hideout Sports, I went and saw.
What
is it? I can't ever say it. What is it?
I don't know.
It's on my hat.
Oh, DCFC.
DCFC, yeah. So it's the Detroit City Soccer Club. Yeah.
Football club.
Football club. Yeah. Like,
real quick note before you go into that, because it's on that. So Hayden is constantly, anytime football gets brought up and like something she's watching, like a cartoon or something like that, and I'm in the room, she'll always ask me, why do they call it football if they use their hands?
She's talking about American football.
She's talking about American football.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, yeah, it just
it doesn't make any sense.
I agree with you. It's weird.
And the sport football,
her, man. She can't grasp the concept of it. Like,
I know.
It does not make any sense to her.
What is the reason of that? And the football sport was already around.
Because you're grabbing the ball and running on foot, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The football, I mean, we call it that, too.
Is it a foot long? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. It does kind of look like a foot.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
There's some guy that loves fucking football right now. Being like, no, you fucking idiots.
But no, I went to the football club, the Detroit City and Hamtramck. It's cool. It's I didn't think it was going to be as cool as it was.
And this is soccer.
Yeah, this is a soccer game, Detroit City. And they have it set up, and I guess soccer's always like this, where they have like chant sections and stuff. So they have one side's bleachers and one side's just standing chant section, and they have drummers and percussionists and people on megaphones. I was waiting for it. They all look like they're about to start a Black Lives Matter chant. Every single one of them. I was waiting for like a LGBTQ chant to go down.
Yeah, because I told you, it's like, because I've seen footage of this, of what you went to. And to me, it looks like it's just like, a bunch of, Detroit hipsters.
Yes.
Grew up loving Green Street hooligans and started this.
It's exactly what it
this
is.
Thing, or became part of this thing, so they can pretend that they're fucking hip Green Street hooligans.
And it's funny seeing like people with like green hair, pink hair, getting so invested into a sporting event.
Yeah.
Like they're like screaming and yelling, "You fuck, what the fuck?" It's like they're being like alpha, the things that they they're showing masculinity.
Toxic masculinity
it's
showing.
It's very masculine. I mean, watching a sporting event is all, your endorphins are high and your testosterone's going and you're fucking screaming, but everyone has like, fucking, they just look like.
It to me, all the footage I've seen, to me, it just looks like a lot of people pretending.
Oh, it is.
The event looks cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, the event looks cool.
It is cool.
But it just looks like it looks like you're going to like the Renaissance Festival.
Yeah, what I
and
say,
like so what the event is.
They're LARPing.
They're LARPing.
They're LARPing.
Yeah, it's like a LARPing event that you're going to, and it's probably cool to go to that, not giving a fuck about it.
Yes.
To witness it. Just like you go to the Renaissance Festival and it's fun to see everyone dressed up.
Look at all these dorks.
Fucking nerds. Spending thousands of dollars on their outfits.
And it's cool because it's cheap. So, and I was thinking about that whole idea. Is like soccer's just kind of cheap in general. Like for like a kid to start playing soccer, there's not much to it. You wear shin pads and cleats.
Yeah.
And a ball.
Yeah.
And
it's fucking whack, dude.
It's sweet though.
It's fucking whack.
Like I wish I played soccer because I think it would translate like to skateboarding. I've always said it would translate so well to skateboarding because you're like ambidextrous with your feet. Yeah. And you're obviously running, getting gnarly cardio. Yeah. Soccer would be really cool if it was smaller.
Yeah.
It's the only.
I feel like they just got you though. I think you went to this thing.
No, I like playing soccer. Do you like play? You never like playing soccer in gym
class? Detroit versus everyone, you silly cunts. Oh,
that's good. You should submit that. It's a good one. You
should submit that to their chant law.
I was thinking because they have like all the chant people have like megaphones and like they have like cheat notes on their arm like a football quarterback, so they'll be doing like hand signals to each other of what chants next and shit. And a lot of them were like cool punky sounding songs. Like they sound like punk songs. And I was like, if I was in a band still, I would learn a couple of these and cover them at like Detroit rock shows because everyone there looks like they'd be at a Detroit rock show too. So it's like if you do that and you incorporate the Detroit I always get tongue tied on this Detroit City Football Club, DCFC. if you incorporate those into your shows, I'm just saying, anyone out there who has a punk band still, learn some of these fucking Detroit City chants.
Yeah.
Because they're sweet. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'd suggest to go see it. It's cheap. It's like $17.
Okay.
And it's kind of hectic down there because it's like bigger now.
Yeah.
So there's not like parking for it. So you have to park. You're in Ducktown and Hamtramck. It's like a different fucking country in Hamtramck, dude.
Yeah.
Hamtramck is just a different world. Like it's real like Arab and Polish, and you literally feel like you're not in America.
Yeah, it is a cool little
yeah, it's
like
awesome.
Getaway, like a different.
Yeah, it is. It comes out of nowhere. You're in the fucking hood. You're like driving through the hood. Like you're in like grass I said when you see grass 3 feet high.
Yeah.
On all sides of the road.
Yeah.
And you see someone poke it out of it.
Yeah.
You know you're in the hood. Like, and you see that, and then all of a sudden you get into this like it's still hood, but it feels like European hood. It doesn't feel like Detroit hood.
Yeah.
And that's Hamtramck. You know, there's like fucking halal, like chicken that's out, like they're slaughtering chickens on the street and shit. And like it's people walking with like full, you know, Muslim garb and, you know, carrying a sword.
Yeah, it's a real mixing pot.
Yeah, it is. It's really
down there.
It's really a different place, but it's cool. DCFC. Yeah, I said it right. DCFC. I'd suggest to do it.
Yeah.
I'm a soccer fan now.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun if you were drinking.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like, I can't, like, I think soccer is fucking whack. And I'm not scared to say it. Like, I'll say it. Fucking
Soccer's cool, though.
Soccer ain't cool.
I like soccer.
Running around, kicking the ball, and pretending to get hurt.
That part is whack. That part is fucking whack. And it's like they, even at this level, because I don't know if this is like the you know, the amateur league. It's not the pro league.
Yeah.
So even at this level, they're falling down. It's all part of it.
It's just a weird sport. It's a weird thing because like the European culture, especially, you know, like England, like the whole like soccer hooligans thing, that's cool. You know,
yeah.
Which is why I think that this is what this is.
Yeah, it's
you know, it's the people being attached to that
for sure
part of it and wanting to beat that part of it. But it's like as a sport, it's like it's weird that like the fans are harder than the players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like the real,
like
like you go to fucking England and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
if you don't like the right football club, you're getting your ass beat outside.
Exactly, you know,
arena.
like it's weird that the fans are harder than the players.
It is a weird little dynamic to have.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's almost not about the sport. So I was trying to watch it because I was interested in the game. I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this for the game. I watch these athletes, you know, perform at what I imagine be a pretty high level. So I'm watching the game, but when you're in the stands, like I realized it's not about the game. They're chanting the whole fucking game. So the other team scores a goal and you're still, hey, oh,
yeah.
Hey, oh. I'm like, hold on, didn't the other team just score? Like, what are we doing? Like, and it's hard. And like, there's like dance moves. You have to like not dance moves, but you have to like move. It's like a fucking
if you don't do it right, they kick your ass.
No, they're not at that level.
No, I know. Yeah,
they're not cool enough for that.
I'm right. Is there any though? Is there any down there? You think? Like, is there some tough guy ones?
The crowd was like I said, it was like hipster, like leftist, and then like soccer kids. Remember the soccer kids from high school?
Yeah,
like those guys are there. So like kind of
at some point, there's got to be like a, you know, like a straight edge crew.
That's what I would imagine.
And,
that's what I would imagine.
Starts getting rowdy at it.
If the 810 had if Port Huron creates a soccer club,
soccer league, yeah,
then yes, it might get that way. I think that if the 810 gets involved, then we might have something cool on our hands.
Yeah.
No, but it's tight though. I mean, soccer, like your kids should play soccer. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Yeah.
I played 1 year soccer. I hated it.
Yeah, I played soccer for a long time.
Yeah, you played soccer for a long time. It's an easy sport for kids to get into, and I think overall it's like really good for developing.
It's cheap.
And it's cheap. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And it's sweet. It's sweet when they get the header in. It just sucks that nothing happens the whole game. So I saw a game, DCFC didn't score a goal. And I guess when they score a goal, it's a big deal. They let smoke bombs off and stuff like that. So I didn't get to see that aspect.
Yeah. Which is why everyone goes.
Yeah, for sure. And the chances are they might not score a goal because soccer is a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
I say bring that shit in, allow a little more contact, and the game's cool. You just bring it in a little bit. They're not running around because a lot of the games just running, kicking it out of bounds, running, kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah.
You bring it in, put some walls up, let you play the ball off the wall.
Give them a stick.
Give them a stick. I kept describing it because Rachel plays soccer and she likes soccer, and I kept being like, "This would be a lot cooler if they could hit." She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Why would they hit?"
That's why I just don't understand why lacrosse isn't big. I don't understand it. Like it makes no sense to me why lacrosse isn't big because it's like lacrosse is a combination of like three sports, like hockey, soccer, and basketball.
For sure.
And so it's like why isn't
an old
but
Native American game.
They're doing the same thing as soccer players running around on a field with a ball, just looking cooler. Like cool outfits.
It's probably
cool
harder to follow.
It could be.
It's like how hockey's not big. Hockey should be huge.
Yeah.
And hockey's really not that big. We live in hockey town.
Yeah.
So hockey's huge to us, but most people don't even fucking care about hockey.
Yeah.
So until like right now, and then everyone jumps on the bandwagon for
the Cup.
Stanley Cup. Yeah. But no, I get it. Lacrosse and rugby is kind of sweet too.
Yeah,
rugby's sweet. So I don't know anything about it, but it's fucking sweet because they can hit.
Yeah.
And
they got, in like, countries that rugby's big in like Australia and shit like that, like they got the same thing. Like, they got fucking like clubs and shit that people will fucking
die for.
They got like there's a difference. Like we're talking about the audience is harder than the actual sport. Maybe not in rugby, but you gotta be fucking hard to play rugby. But just the fact that like there's people out there that like have this such passion for their team that they will fucking assault you. I remember when I went to Australia and I was a young kid. I was like 14 years old, and we went during it was like a rugby championship happening.
Did you go to the match?
No, we didn't go to the match. But I did meet a famous rugby player, though. It didn't matter to me because someone had to be like, "Oh, that's a famous rugby player." Yeah. But it was during this big championship happening, and I remember like we learned a chant for one of the teams. It was like the Wallabies or some shit like that, and we were outside of our hotel one night, and I was with a group of other kids, and we were all chanting that chant because we were waiting for like this bus to come and pick us up.
Yeah.
And we were standing out and we were chanting this chant, and people started throwing eggs at us.
Oh, because you're on the wrong side?
Yeah.
No shit.
Like being like a group of like young kids.
Yeah, you guys were 11, 12 years old or
like
something
14,
like that.
But
okay.
Yeah, but like still like young kids, and people fucking started throwing eggs at us from the balconies of the hotel.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? Like people were so passionate about it that they saw this group of kids singing the wrong thing, and like, good thing they don't have gun law. Good thing they have gun laws in there, right? Because those could have been bullets.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if this is a stretch, but because you said that, it might not be a stretch. But I'm like, you look at all these places where like, these are like mass conformity events.
Yeah.
Where everyone conforms, and you look at these places like the UK and then Australia with rugby, and all those people were so easily controlled when it came down to the government laying the hand down.
Yeah.
Even though they were badass hooligans and shit, they were still, fucking in their house for 2 years because of a cold.
Yeah.
So
get put in fucking internment camps.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I was thinking that at the game. I was
like, you'll fight someone for your fucking club.
Yeah, but you won't fight for your
freedom,
for your rights of freedom.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was just like, why are all these people are all the ones that would like? I don't know. That's what confused me with COVID is like everything that I thought would be like. I thought the punk rock people would be pushing against it, are just the ones that just conform to it. And then the soccer club's kind of a weird little microcosm of that. Like, they just conform to that because it's different, I guess. I don't know.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. That's what it is.
All right, let's jump into pop culture.
Pop it, baby.
Yeah, I don't really have too much on pop culture.
I didn't finish Stranger Things.
Okay.
So
That's
I want to do. I know that I said that last episode we were going to do like a big breakdown with a
We
lot
wouldn't
of
have that
spoilers.
anyways because Enzo wants to talk about it.
Yeah, and Enzo's not here, so we're gonna hold off on that. And I know I got a couple DMs about like, oh, I haven't watched Stranger Things yet, so we're not doing it on this episode. So
Yeah.
you can
But you
listen.
are watching it though?
Yeah, and
You digging it though?
yeah, I wasn't really at first. At
Okay.
first, I wasn't invested in it. I couldn't get into it that much, and I'll tell you what, man. That what's the kid's name that wants Mike? Will is throwing me off.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Yeah.
wrong with that kid?
Yeah.
Like it's like there's so I'm about 5 episodes in now. So I'm close.
Okay.
I'm
Just 7. There's 7. Now.
there's 7. So yeah, I got 2 more. But there's a scene where Will and Mike it's right after they get raided by the FBI and shit or
Yeah.
whatever, whoever they are, not the FBI, but
Yeah.
they get raided and the guy gets shot, dies in the car, and they
Yeah.
bury him. And they're sitting on the car
Spoiler
and then
alert.
I guess so.
No,
Yeah?
not really.
No, there's really not many spoilers.
No.
I was ready for you guys to spoil it all. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
cared. But because the show's like a visual fun show. It's not like this like whodunit show really.
Yeah.
But they're sitting on the car, Will and Mike, and they just got done burying this guy. And then they decide to put this scene in where Will is like looking at Mike on the car, like his sweat's dripping down him, and Will's like, "Don't you just ever want to just tell somebody something that they can't tell?" And then Mike's like, "Oh, the pen." He's like, "The pen has the number." And then Will's behind him. He's like, "But Mike,
But Mike,
I'm gay."
I haven't seen you all summer.
It was just like, I don't understand that character. It's not.
Yeah, and his look too.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's so bad.
He looks like a young Big Mac guy. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, look up the guy who eats a Big Mac every day, and that's like who they designed the character after.
Yeah. He's just like creepy.
Yeah, he's real weird. He's real weird.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Like he looks like his big secret's not gonna be like, Mike, I'm gay. He's gonna be like, Mike, I like kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly. He's a creeper, and I don't know if that kid's a good act. I think he's a bad actor or something. I don't know. Something about every time he delivers, it just throws me off. It's like
Yeah.
he didn't grow up with the chops like the other ones did or something.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck.
Because
about
they
Will.
lost him in the first season. He was completely
Yeah, he's out. He wasn't in the first
No,
season.
He wasn't.
And even the second season,
No,
he's like
not-
in a hospital bed the whole time.
Yeah. So the kid
Because
named-
the big bad villain has control over him or is using him as a spy.
hot take, they should have just killed him.
I just
They
killed
should have
Will,
just
bro.
killed Will. I don't know. And it's not because he's gay. I'm not saying that if you're going to take that out of context.
Yeah. I thought he did die.
Yeah.
I thought he did die.
Yeah.
For, like when he showed back up, I was like, "Oh shit, you still."
Rachel
you're
was
still in
like,
this?
who is that? I swear to God. I was like, that's the kid. Like, he's kind of the whole reason the show started. I was like, he's the kid that got lost in the Upside Down.
Yeah,
She's like, I thought he died. I was like,
he's the weakest link.
he is.
That's why they got him.
Yeah.
But
They did.
Mind Flayer got him because he's the weakest.
But
link. But then you started getting into it though.
yeah, I'm into it. I think it's fun. I think it's a cool. It's got the
It's like
awesome-
Goonies.
Goonies meets Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah,
and it kind of plays homage to Jason and Friday the 13th a little bit with like, I feel like where the guy's hiding in the boat thing. I feel like the boat scenes kind of look like the water scenes look like Friday the 13th ish.
yeah.
And-
It's a really good show because it's like it's a well written show because it's for like everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like they took this idea and they're able to take this idea and make a show for everybody, of all ages can watch it and have fun with it, and it's still got dark moments and shit like that. You know, like that's what's cool.
It's
about
real
it.
dark. It's so dark, man.
Yeah.
Like they show a lot of death and it's pretty graphic.
Yeah, and just the style of it is just so unique.
Yeah.
like everything, with the title card and.
I'm not getting into Hopper. Are you having trouble following that whole thing? The Hopper, the whole him and
No.
I like feel like I keep getting disconnected from his storyline.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, he is kind of like a.
I think it's gonna play out more later. I think what's gonna happen is something's gonna happen with him, but I don't know what it is yet, and I can't grasp what's going on with him. And then also, like right now, Winona Ryder and that guy just took over that plane.
Okay.
So that's where and they crashed and they should have died. They definitely should have died.
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone would survive that, but
yeah.
But I don't know what's going on in Russia. I don't really understand what's going on over there. I'm waiting to see how
Russia's using. Well,
I don't think
Russia's trying to use they're trying to open portals and shit.
Okay, but why is Hopper still over there? And I'm not seeing the connection to
because they kidnapped him.
Yeah, but where does it all tie in?
From the end of the last
Does
one.
it tie in at the end of this season?
Well, it just ties in because it's like Russia's this big bad trying to take that. It's almost like they're like the Nazis of that time right now.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to use this what do you call it? Technology
to
and
weaponize
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just that's what the whole third season was.
I'll tell you what though, that fucking song that they use from the 80s.
That Kate Bush one?
Kate Bush.
Which is like the #1 song right now.
It's good. Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her, because that song's sick too.
Yeah, no, I actually I like seeing all the covers of it. People are like covering it like hardcore.
They do a little cover after the little redhead chick is in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
And she gets out of it with the song, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That almost brought me to tears.
Yeah.
That scene almost brought me to tears.
Yeah, good scene.
It was beautiful. That scene was fucking beautiful. And the CGI was awesome. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
It didn't look real, but it didn't need to.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It just was. And then they like add this build up to the Kate Bush song underneath it. Like they add their own music to it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this is. And then they end the episode with like a slow, somber cover of it.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
That scene reminded me of though is it reminded me of the Flash scene in the Zack Snyder cut.
Oh yeah.
When Flash goes back.
Yeah.
And reverses time.
Yeah.
Like that's what that scene reminded me.
Yeah,
of.
for sure.
But they used that song in there, and I've never heard that song in my life.
It wasn't big.
It was like I think it was like a gothic, like underground, like goth kids liked it.
Yeah, and it was like it debuted at like number 8 on the charts, and she really didn't even get that big off that song.
Yeah, I've never even heard of her.
No,
so
she was in some interviews I saw where she's like, I'm bigger now.
Yeah,
than I was when this song was released.
Yeah,
so
that's all it takes sometimes is.
Which is cool about music.
In the right situation.
It made me want to like record Seven Bird stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, can we use this and sell it later?
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, yeah. It's good music. I mean, good music you don't have to be touring with it, especially nowadays. You just got to be selling it.
Yeah. It's like the biggest, right now it's like the biggest, I mean, it's Netflix's biggest show.
Stranger Things
is.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I wonder why they're doing it this way. Because July 1st is when they're going to drop the rest of the season, and it's one 1 hour episode and then one 2.5 hour episode.
Okay, yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't know.
No, it was just gonna be 2 episodes.
Yeah, we didn't know it was gonna be 2 episodes.
They're long episodes too.
Yeah, there were different lanes and shit.
Yeah,
but there's a couple of really long ones in there. But it's just interesting is why I wonder why. Like, were they not done editing it or something like that? Like doing special effects.
Maybe.
Like, why would they release it
to keep you subscribed?
Like that? Yeah, something like that.
I think it's like that. I think that's why Disney Plus does the 2 at a time releases or whatever. They do 2 at a time and then 1 every week.
Yeah.
So you keep your Disney Plus subscription. Too many people were bailing out after the 7-day trials and watching all the episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Netflix is like, oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Split this motherfucker up. But I don't know. Does it end
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I was ready for you guys to spoil it. I didn't care.
I mean, it's not really. I don't know. Like I said, we'll talk about it when we talk about it. But the twist isn't really
Not that big.
it wasn't to me.
All right.
But it was just it's a good cliffhanger, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's good. I give it.
And I want another season. I want one more season.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I do kind of want to rewatch it because the thing is, I don't remember any of season 2.
I liked it.
I don't remember any of season 2. Like all I remember of season 2 was like 11 meets like other mutants.
Oh yeah, they went
right?
real. They went real like
and it was,
superhero with
and I liked that because it felt like X-Men.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like 80s X-Men.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember watching it being like, oh, this would be cool if they made X-Men like this, like in the 80s.
I remember. I think we were talking about it. I don't know if we were talking about it on the pod.
Like it was like the atmosphere of like her storyline in that season with like the mutants and everything, right? Like how they all dress, because they all dress like punk rock and stuff, but 80s punk rock and shit. And like they were in like the city. So it felt like when you watch the old Ninja Turtle cartoon that we grew up on.
Yeah.
Right? Like how they portray like bad guys.
Yes.
Like these punk rockers and stuff,
For
like,
sure.
That's
Bebop
how they all,
and Rocksteady.
Yeah, and like how they all looked. Like that's how all these kids looked and shit. So that's what I remember. But I don't really remember the plot line of it.
Me neither.
And I guess that's when we met like the big bad, which is like the mind flare thing, which is like this big spider, who's controlling the Upside Down.
Yes, I remember that. It was at the end, I think. Don't they show it like? Don't they do the?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think they did like the camera.
Well, no, she fights it or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. Not at all. Not one bit. And I don't understand where this bad guy's from. What is he? What
he's
is
new.
He? He's new. So
he's new to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's been in the Upside Down.
Yeah, I mean, there's theories right now showing that he's been in it for the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Like with the bells or the clock chimes.
Yeah, you were saying
like
that.
in, I guess, like, from the very first episode when Will disappears, like when he gets lost in the woods, like you hear the clock chimes. And there's throughout the series, you hear when bad things are happening, you hear these clock chimes, but it's never been.
I hope he gets Will.
It's never been put.
I hope he gets Will.
I hope he gets Will. But you know what's good? We talked about it before last episode.
Well, Will's going to save the
Will's
day.
gayness is going to save the day somehow.
That's true. That is true. That's good, though. So keep watching it. No spoilers. We didn't say any spoilers. We're going to talk more about it because I'm going to finish it up. We got July 1st. So in the next couple weeks here, we're going to have, I don't even know what day it is today or when this drops. This drops on the 18th. So a couple more weeks and then we'll have the full season review. So check that out.
So like we discussed last episode, I'm rewatching The Boys, right, on Amazon, and to watch season 3. And can you look up when The Boys season 2 came out? Because we're on season 2 right now, and I've made this. There's this blatant like connection, right, that I didn't make before. So September of 2020. Okay, that makes sense now. All right, because when I watched this came out September of 2020, and my worldview didn't open up until COVID really hit.
March 2020.
On how like manipulated like the media was doing to people and shit like that and everything like that. So in season 2, they make Homelander, who's like the Superman, right, and he's like this like evil fucking asshole,
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah, James Vanderbeek guy. They bring a new superhero onto the team, right, and it's this woman, her name's Stormfront, and it's basically like, I guess, kind of spoiler alerts if you're not into the show, but it's not a big one. So, but spoiler alert, she's basically a Nazi, okay, and she they become like a boyfriend girlfriend, right? And it gets like this season gets real political. All this political stuff starts happening, and they have like they make it like basically like they become girlfriend and boyfriend, and they're like Donald Trump, okay? And the things they're putting out there to the world is like the MAGA movement. Like it's like make America safe again.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Really?
Make America safe again and everything. And like they're the big bads, and like they have all these, like their followers are start getting crazed and shooting,
God.
innocent people because of the fear. And she taps in because this show's all about like the Justice League. All they care about is like social media points and stuff, right? Because they're like corporate owned, and like, so like each superhero has to be doing a certain level on like their social media, like how many points they're up, like social media wise and everything. And he starts going down on his points because something he does. The Homelander guy, who's like the cream of the crop, Mr. America, and
calls
everything.
Mexicans rapists.
He's a bad guy, dude. And so the woman Stormfront that he falls in love with, she starts telling him about how like, he's like, oh, I'm losing fans. And she's like, you don't need fucking 50 million people to love you to make you popular. She's like, you need 5 million people to be fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
She's like, that's all you need. And she's like, you spend $1 billion on your marketing. She's like, because she's like really good at social media and being popular and stuff. She's like, I use 5 guys making memes for me and pushing memes out there, and I pay them with fucking Chipotle gift cards.
Yeah.
And she's like, and so she's talking about the power of using memes.
Okay.
To get a point and a message across and get people pissed off. So they're talking about the right wing.
Yeah. So they're the right wing.
They're the right wing in the show, and it's literally a Nazi and this evil motherfucker. Who's
based off Trump.
Well, he's obviously not based off Trump, but like he is like the Trump. Like his their crowd is like the MAGA crowd. Yeah. That's what they're portraying. And it's like I didn't see that before. I was just like, but it's like super blatant and I'm like, oh shit, that's what they're doing here. And
does it dissuade you from the show?
No, not at all. No, not at all. Because it's like,
you just know.
First off, it's like, okay, well, this is just how media is now, entertainment is now.
Yeah.
Like if it's coming out of Hollywood and shit, it's leftist no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's still well done. And
yeah, I gotta watch it. I feel like I started the first season because we were talking about it a few episodes back, or a lot of episodes back, but
yeah,
I gotta rewatch it. I'll want to watch it with that in mind too. It'll probably piss me off.
Yeah, I don't know. It might not. Like, no. It's not.
It's good.
Like,
good
it's kind of like, you're just like you're numb to it now. Like you're so aware of it.
Yeah.
That you're just like, oh, okay, like that's what they're doing. Oh, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Those sneaky fucks. Like you almost have to give them props.
Is she actually a Nazi?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's actually a Nazi.
So it's like saying that he's in cahoots with the Nazis.
Yeah, and like she's leading she starts, telling him how to get more popular.
Like think that.
Exactly. That's why that's why I'm able to watch it and just be like, oh, like this is their. You almost, like I'm saying, like you almost have to give them props.
Yeah.
For how like geniusly they're like. That's not even a word, but
geniusly.
Yeah, it's not a word.
I don't know. Like I'm gonna tell you if it's a word.
Yeah.
Take my word for it.
How well they're doing it, like how well they throw it in there, and to make me be like, oh, fucking conservatives are all crazy and stupid and violent.
I know. It's great. Like that's why I hope I don't know if like Ben Shapiro's production company. I don't think they're even going to do that because I think that the right has more tact than the left. But like, would they attack the idea of like what actual leftists are in media? Because Ben Shapiro's making his own movies and stuff, and like, are they going to actually do that? But they probably won't because they just won't touch on that stuff. As if
I don't know, but I am like, dude, like Daily Wire is getting me more and more like wanting to subscribe to them.
Yeah.
Because they're like taking it seriously. Like the Daily Wire is like serious about putting out fucking alternative content to what's shoved in our face.
But yeah, I don't think they'll be cutthroat like the left is, though. I think that they'll just make good content with good values.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be like that. They wouldn't. I don't think they would try to use it like to be like propaganda.
Yeah.
Maybe positive propaganda, like being like, hey, like, I don't know, families are good and stuff, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm hoping that because like, if you don't know what we're talking about, Daily Wire has now like a streaming service too. Like you get all their, you subscribe to them and you get all of like their podcasts and everything like that. But they're putting a lot of money into making content like movies and documentaries, and they put like $100 million into kids, developing kid programs so that families, like I can cancel Disney, and shit like that, and they're making content for kids to watch that's not like being like turning them gay.
Yeah.
Or telling them if they're not gay, they're
cut their genitals off.
If they're not gay and a person of color or a person of color, that they're worthless. So the stuff that they're putting out, the at least I haven't watched any of them because I'm not subscribed yet. But they all look really interesting. You got the Candace Owens documentary on Black Lives Matter. That looks really good. That Matt Walsh guy just put out one called "What Is a Woman," and that one looks really good too. Where he's basically that's a documentary, and he's going around, trying to find and asking all these leftists and asking different people, like, what is a woman? Like, what is the definition of a woman? And I've been seeing a lot of clips from it, people putting clips out there of it, and it's every time I see a clip, I'm like, man, I want to watch this. I want to watch this whole thing. Like, there was one clip I watched where he goes to, like, I don't know where he's at. It looks like Africa. I'm just assuming Africa, where he's talking to like a tribe. Like an actual indigenous tribe.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
And he's talking to them about like what happens in the tribe if one of the men want to be a woman, and like they're just like they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like, they're like basically saying that they're like, what are you talking about? Like, that's ridiculous to think of.
20 years ago it might have been ridiculous here.
And it's just funny to show that, and then like people were pointing out like, oh, like you can't say, if you're a leftist, you can't say that these people are wrong because they're people of color, Like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's just going after, and he's not being a dick about it.
The left,
the clips
the left would be
it,
like, though? The left would be like, well, they're just uneducated, and they're just
they say some racist shit about it.
Racist shit, yeah, and get away with it.
Yep,
and get away with
okay.
it.
So that's why I want to watch it, because he's not being like a dick about any of the clips I've seen. He's not being a dick. He's like he's just bringing up facts, and then you're watching these leftists go crazy on, like, I've seen clips where there's like, well, I'm not doing this interview anymore, and he's like, oh, I'm just looking for the definition of this.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you? You're a medical professional. Why can't you answer my question? And and then that they're putting out that movie, that Western movie.
Yep.
Terror on the Prairie.
Yep.
Like, that looks pretty good.
It comes out. That'll be out by the time this episode's out. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might subscribe to this, actually.
So that's got that Gina
Carano
or whatever her name is, from Star Wars, who got fired from Star Wars just because she spoke her truth.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, she's a Nazi.
Yeah.
She's like, no, she was just saying this is like Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And because she made that point of saying, hey, this is fucked up, this is like Nazi Germany, and we shouldn't let this happen because what happened in Nazi Germany was fucking horrible, they're like, you're a Nazi. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
No, she's saying the Nazis are bad, you idiots.
Yeah,
like,
you fucking idiots. So
no.
So this is her first thing since that happened.
I'd like to send her a documentary.
Okay, you fucking weirdo. She'll kick your ass, bro. She will. She's like a bodybuilder.
She is. Shit. She's a big girl.
But that movie looks cool. It looks pretty violent.
It does. It looks. Yeah, I mean, it looks shot well and everything too. It doesn't look. It looks gritty. It looks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it looks good. What else they got going on there?
They got.
What's that?
An abortion doc?
Abortion documentary?
Yep.
Okay. What else?
So talking probably getting into the legacy of Roe. It's called Choosing Death.
Okay. So that's probably talking about how, that Roe v. Wade thing is like, yeah, I don't know much about it, but the little I knew, that's what I'm saying. And so I've been seeing a lot of stuff talking about how like that woman that was involved in it, Jane Roe, whatever, or like that's not even like her real name. And she was used as like a puppet in it. And apparently there's interviews, like I've seen like interviews of her talking about like years later, saying how like she regrets doing it. And like, yeah, like there's some sketchiness behind all that shit.
So this probably talks about that.
Yeah. And then that was the Candace Owens one, right up there.
Yep, the Candace Owens.
Yeah, so they're taking it serious. That's why, like, I'm not like a huge Daily Wire fan or anything like that. Like,
I've never really even watched much of their content.
But I like Candace Owens. Like, I like Ben. I'm not like a huge Ben Shapiro fan, but like when Ben Shapiro does go off, it's always
he's good.
It's always interesting.
He's quick.
Yeah,
he can't even the left can't even deny him. He's quick. He's he's funny.
Yeah. But so they're just really serious about putting out quality content, and they're taking it seriously.
And this website looks legit too.
Yeah.
It's actually, it looks very similar to like a Netflix or nice and easy access. $12 a month.
$12 a month.
So just same as Netflix, maybe cheaper.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, and it's working. Whatever they're doing is working. Like, that's why I know. That's how you know they're taking it serious, and they really want to make this quality, because look what it's doing. It's me. Like, I can't afford another subscription, but I'm thinking, all right, as soon as something, they already got stuff that's making me want to subscribe to them, but once they have a certain thing, which is like the kid stuff, like I definitely will. I'll cancel fucking, Disney or some shit like that. So it's working.
Yeah, check it out. Just go to dailywire.com. I like this Tumblr.
What's that?
Leftist Tears.
Oh, okay.
It's one of these Tumblrs.
Oh, okay.
Hot or cold.
Get your own Leftist Tears Tumblr.
That's pretty smart.
There's your thing on conservatives attacking the leftists.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to get them.
My last thing on pop culture is something small. I am rereading this book to my kids at night, because I always read them a book at night, and we'll take like a chapter book and read a chapter at night. And we were reading Holes, right? Which I'm digging, and the kids are really digging. But then the kids lost it. Like, we're like not even halfway through, and like the kids lost it. I can't find it. It pisses me off. Because I want to watch the movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You never seen Holes, bro? No way. You're a Disney kid.
I know. I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I did, but I don't remember anything about
the lizards.
It. No, I don't remember it.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, I know. Is it good?
I mean, it's good when you're young.
Yeah. I mean, that was right after Even Stevens too.
Yeah, that was like when he was getting in the movies.
Big Even Stevens fan.
Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I'm excited to watch the movies Holes, and we can't watch the movie until we finish a book. Like, that's how it goes, right? And so they lost it, and so we picked up this book we've already read, that I'm rereading again. And man, like, this is probably it's definitely my favorite book that I've read to them, right? But it's working its way into one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
Right? Even though it's a kid's book. Like, it's called The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulin.
Oh.
Okay, and it's by this woman, Kate DiCamillo. I think I'm saying her name right. I'm not sure. But Kate DiCamillo, The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulin. And man, this book is your sister loves this book too. Like, I told her I was reading it to him, like, when I first got it, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's like my favorite book." And I've never even heard of it before.
I remember that cover though.
I picked this up because this author, we read another book from her called Because of Winn-Dixie, which is about this girl who finds a dog.
Okay.
And it's just like, and the kids really liked that, and I liked reading it too. And then we watched the movie, but it was like a good book, and so I picked up this book because it was the same author, and like I never heard of this book before, and it is a popular book, like they do plays and stuff of it, and it's just fucking good, man. It's just really good, and it's real simple. Like the idea of it is super simple. Basically, it's about this toy rabbit. It's a rabbit doll named Edward Tulin, and it takes place in like the 30s, right? And he belongs to this little 7-year-old girl, and she's comes from like a wealthy family, right? And he is a toy rabbit, and he can't move or anything like that. Like he can't. He's like a China rabbit doll.
A what?
Like a China rabbit.
A what, bro?
A China rabbit.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
What's the timestamp on this?
No, like a China. Like he's like his head's made of glass.
What the hell are you saying? What do you mean? Like
And-
they're empty-headed?
No. Whoa.
Cannot say that.
No,
I
I
might
don't
have to
think
timestamp that. My bit got a little
When
out
your
of
jokes go
control.
off the rail. Well, getting real goes wrong. No, but so he's a China rabbit, and he can't move or talk or anything, but he can see. Right, his eyes are painted on, so he's always awake, and he can think. That's like all he can do is see and think, right? And so he belongs to this little rich girl, and she dresses him up in like these fancy clothes and everything. And in like the beginning of the book, he's like a dick, like the way he thinks and everything. He's like is that the bird?
Yeah.
Murphy singing?
Yeah.
Murphy's out there singing.
Oh, fuck. I left him out.
That's all right. He's
That's all
fine.
right. Yeah.
He's singing. He's trapped in something right now.
He was
singing.
doing a Wemo app. Go on.
Okay. But anyways, so he's like a prick. Like he's like a vain, smug prick. Like he doesn't care about conversations going on around him. Like when he sits at the dinner table with her, they'll talk, and he talks about how like, oh, whatever they're talking about is boring, and I don't care. He'll just like look at himself in the reflection and like admire, like he'll be like, oh, my clothes are so nice and I look so good, and he doesn't like to be called like an it or anything like that. Or he doesn't like adults talking to him like as if he's a toy.
Oh, okay.
He's a smug prick.
Yeah.
That doesn't give a fuck about it. And like the little girl is always like, I love you, Edward. Like, I love you so much. And he'll be like, yeah. Like, my clothes are so nice. And what happens is they go on this trip. The family's moving to England, and they have to go on this boat ride, and he gets thrown overboard, right? On accident. He gets thrown overboard and sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Because he's made of China.
Yeah.
That's what you mean by China rabbit, right?
Yeah, like he's like a glass.
He's
got like
glass.
a porcelain head,
Okay.
Like, are you serious? You thought I was being like racist?
No, I didn't really. But now I was looking up pictures of China rabbits,
Yeah.
and it's like an actual piece of,
Yeah.
like a paperweight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he gets thrown overboard and sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and he starts thinking like, what's going on here? I can't see the stars. I can't do these things. Like, where's Abilene, the girl? And he's down there for like a year, and he gets picked up by a fisherman, like fishing,
Yeah.
And he takes him to his family, and she starts calling him a girl. Like his wife starts calling him a girl and making him dresses and stuff, and like, and then he gets
What
lost.
the hell is this book?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not like, because he's like this is weird because I'm a boy,
Okay.
But then he's like, I don't give a fuck anymore because like whatever. It's like these stories they're telling me are nice, and he starts listening to stories, and then he gets lost again. He gets picked up by a homeless person, and he's with a homeless person for like 7 years, and then like things happen with that homeless group, and basically you're watching this journey of him. This whole time he keeps thinking about this girl, the first girl, and you're just watching his journey throughout the years of changing owners, and as he's changing, he's learning things. You know what I'm saying? He's becoming a better person.
Becoming less narcissistic.
And like listening and stuff. And so that's what it's about. And
Oh, that's good.
it's really good fucking book,
Yeah.
man. Like I read it in like a British accent.
Do you?
I do.
Do you do character voices?
Yeah.
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 Huh.
Makes it more fun for me to read.
For sure.
You know? But yeah, it's like I don't know. I guess if you have kids, get it. You know, I mean, you might like it.
Would it be a good listen?
I don't know. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
It probably would be.
Are you saying that I could do some work on my narcissism?
No. It's just a good book. If you have kids, I highly suggest, and you read to them, I highly suggest this. Like, it's a must.
Did they make a movie of this?
They haven't made a movie of it. There's talks of it, though.
Oh, okay.
There's been talks of it for a long time, I guess. It's weird because at first okay, so like my kids are 5 and 7, but I started reading this to them when they were 4 and 6, right? Like freshly 4 and 6, and the first couple chapters, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to read this to them because it's very like. There's a lot of like big words in there, and like, the way
when you said it, I was like, I'm not going to be able to spell the title of this book.
Yeah, like in the way that they talk and everything is very because like he's in that atmosphere of like elite, you know, bullshit, you know, fanciness, you know what I'm saying? And so, and like he's a smug prick and everything. So the way he's talking is very. At first, I was like, oh man, like I don't know if I'm gonna. Like, I didn't like it at first, the first few chapters. I'm like, they're asking me a lot of questions. The kids are,
yeah.
What's this? What's that mean? What's this? And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm not going to be able to read it. But then once he gets lost, it fucking opens up. It explodes open.
Okay.
You know?
That's cool, though.
So watch that shit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
I got a little Game of Thrones.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about Game of Thrones.
Dude, Game of Thrones, you got to watch it.
I know.
Somehow,
that's why you could talk to me about it.
At least watch it to the 3rd season.
Yeah.
The 3rd season is like it gets to the climax. I know. It gets to like a climactic point where it almost feels like the show could end.
Okay.
And it's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Everyone kept telling me like, wait for this, and I mean, if you've seen Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so they're right in that part.
It gets to this part, and I don't even want to spoil it for you because even everyone telling me that kind of spoiled it for me. But there's a point in the 3rd season where it gets fucking good. I don't even think it's the final episode of the 3rd season. Game of Thrones will do that too. They'll put like the big climactic point at like the 2nd to last episode of the season.
Okay.
So they kind of keep you on. They keep you watching. They keep you in, like, because now I'm like, well, how the fuck are there 7 more seasons or whatever?
Yeah.
How is that even going to happen?
Yeah.
But
and I heard everyone dies. Like people like that's
you know that
that's
you know
always
that
a big
going
thing.
into it. Yeah, that everyone dies.
These
but,
people you like will end up dying.
Yeah, and it's you don't like, and that's the thing about Game of Thrones is like you don't know who to like. There's no clear good guy, bad guy, protagonist, antagonist story. So that's also a really cool thing. So you kind of attach to the characters. Like you're like, I want to like this person. And then you're like, oh damn, that was pretty shitty of them.
Yeah.
But then, you're like, oh.
Yeah, you're telling me this stuff and it's like I want to care, but it's like I can't.
Yeah, I know, I get it.
Because it's like
I get it. No, if you're sitting across from me, like telling me this the same way, I would feel the same. That's how I was about Game of Thrones forever.
Yeah.
And then finally I just broke, and Enzo was so passionate about that fucking Game of Thrones map behind you. You can't see it, it's not on camera, but we have a big Game of Thrones map, and the map is important.
Jim's gonna take that down and put up a DCFC fucking banner.
No, but Game of Thrones, fucking, you gotta check it out. I'm interested to see how you like it too.
Yeah,
you just gotta sneak it or something.
It's like
watching porn. Yeah, dude. Like I'm lucky that the lady likes it.
Where are you going? I'm taking a shit.
You've been in there for 4 hours. You're binge watching.
Yeah, you've been in there for 4 hours. All right, let's run up on some random shit real quick. So they're I guess they had some like hearing on the January 6th thing.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck
like
about
a fucking prime time.
Yeah.
Like
and fucking
no one watched
No.
it. And like
more people watched like
just
Mark Norman's like podcast.
it's just fucking like crazy though. They're like how hard they're pushing that. Like, how are you not seeing that? Like, as a leftist, how are you not being like, wait, okay, they're definitely brainwashing me right now.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not see what they're doing?
Have you watched the cut up of like they did? So remember like when Kenosha happened, they did the cut of like it happening timestamps.
Okay.
Of it, I think it's definitely like against it. You know what I mean? It's like showing how bad it was.
Yeah.
But have you seen that?
I haven't seen.
You should check it
anything
out.
of it.
There's like a good one that's done. It shows how it all happens, but it definitely shows that like Trump was still talking when people were over there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he made the insurrection happen or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious in this video that that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like Antifa entered the building. Like when you watch it, you're like, those people are Antifa.
Yeah, those
like,
motherfuckers are feds.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, there's just there was a thing about fuck. I don't have it in here. You have to look it up. Look up 30 arrested for conspiracy to start a riot. Because I want to figure. I didn't take a note of this, but it happened. Do news.
CNN?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, do the CNN one, right? So 31 people with ties to white nationalist group arrested for conspiracy to riot near a pride parade in Idaho. Now look at the picture of all these 30 motherfuckers, right? Those are fucking feds, bro. They're fucking feds, and it's so easy to point them out. People have been fucking breaking this down so easily because they're all wearing the same outfit, white mask, khaki pants. People were showing about how they were arrested, about how they're arrested right now, but none of their masks are pulled down.
Yeah.
Like you would pull, like a cop would pull off their masks. You know what I'm saying? If it was legit.
These dudes look look at how they're built. Too.
Yeah, they're all fucking look military or some shit like that. Like they look like, it's obvious. It's like an obvious fucking false flag.
Yeah.
Thing being like, this is the threat of America.
That's
right here, white
ridiculous.
nationalists, right? Complete Fed operation. It's stupidly easy to see. But yeah, the whole January 6th thing though, like, I haven't seen anything on it. Like, I haven't even seen clips on it at all. So it's just fucked that it's just like so in your face.
And then you just see the comparisons of a football coach, actually, an offensive line coach or something for the Washington football team or whatever they're called now.
Okay.
Came out and he's like, if we're gonna be talking all this shit about January 6th, why aren't we talking all this shit about the riots that happened in the summer of 2020? Yeah. He's like, cities were burned to the ground of, people of American built cities.
Yeah.
Or American built businesses were burned to the ground. Like, why are we going to throw fuss about this? He's like, some people go into the Capitol and causing a little bit of fuss.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Like that was a quote from him. He ended up walking it back because they probably the NFL commissioner came with a gun to his fucking head and was like, what the fuck?
Like, I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking family.
But I mean,
if you don't take that damn knee.
Isn't that been the thing? That's the obvious thing. It's like, why are they doing all this? But
yeah.
I mean, one person got killed in it and it was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And a vet.
Yeah.
A fucking military vet.
Yeah, I saw a video of this woman. She was 69 years old and she was at the Capitol, and she has video that's been released that she took, shows a Fed slash Antifa looking motherfucker breaking into a window at the fucking Capitol building. And he breaks into a window and he steals a book on one of the desks at the window. He steals a book and he pulls it out, and she's sitting there being like, put that back. We're not fucking thieves.
Yeah.
She's like, we're not animals. You put that back right now. And then someone else joins her and telling the guy to put it back. And so he just leaves it there. And then whoever she's with picks it up, puts it back through the hole that he broke into the window, and puts it back on the desk, where it was, right? And That's her own video that she took. So she was sentenced to 2 months in jail, 3 years probation, and a $500 fine.
That's ridiculous.
For being there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. It's almost speechless because
it's so crazy. It's so crazy how well it's working. That's what's crazy about it.
And watching, dude, when I watched that video, that breakdown of it, like it looked gnarly. Shit got gnarly outside. It was, people were pissed off and they were really pushing it. And they really,
it probably looked like that soccer game you went to.
It did. It looked exactly like that. It was, people were pushing past the barricades and the police were undermanned, which I'm still surprised that you just don't get mowed down when shit like that happens. I'm still surprised that you can just run into a government building and take it by force. I'm like, come on, man. We have more guards in Afghanistan right now, more military presence there. What are we doing? Like, how weak does that show that we are?
And feds.
Yeah, for sure. This is what I was trying to get played here. If you look at the screen, you can see the federal agents that they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not one of them. They're like, this guy broke it. This guy's like, hey, we go?
All their masks are still up. They're all fucking like big buff guys.
Yeah.
Like 6'4".
Yeah, none of them look like,
None of them look like normal people, average person.
But the Capitol thing, another thing they show, they show the entrance of the what would they call him? The insurrectionist that wore the horns and stuff. They called him something.
Buffalo guy or
the
whatever.
Shaman.
Yeah, shaman, yeah.
The MAGA shaman or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they show him, and then when they show him enter that room, the guard's like, this is one of the most sacred places. And when I heard that, I'm like, ooh. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's right or left, like, what are we talking about? Sacred place. Like,
yeah.
And it seems like they do some magic in there.
Yeah, they do some black magic, both sides.
Fuck yeah.
They do some rituals.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fucked. I saw this this press thing on Biden real quick. A reporter asked him, what's your message to American people about the gas prices going over $5 nationally for the first time ever. For the summer, what's your message for the people, especially in these summer months? And his response was literally, this is outrage what the war in Ukraine is causing.
Oh, I know.
And it's like, what the fuck? You guys believe this? Do people believe this shit?
Yeah, they do. Like when you talk about,
like, how can you like when Trump's on screen and he's like, oh, you got to get your vaccine. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You fucking traitor.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
For sure.
Like, how can you look at this guy and be like, oh, yeah, it's the war in Ukraine?
Did you see Jake Paul's? Jake Paul, he's a YouTuber, boxer. Yeah. You ever heard of Jake Paul? He posted, let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm sure it's just a quick search here. But he posted something on Twitter. It's fucking brilliant, though. Let's see if, they're probably going to fucking hide this shit. Let's see if this...
You gotta go to Fox News.
Yeah, I gotta go to Fox News.
Yeah, it's not real, Jim. That's not a real news source.
Where's his tweet? Right here. He says Biden's accomplishments. Number 1, highest gas prices. Number 2, worst inflation. Number 3, plummeting crypto prices, which is for real. Number 4, highest rent prices ever. Number 5, created new incomprehensible language. If you're reading this and voted Biden and you still don't regret it, then you are the American problem.
Yeah.
That's a fucking brilliant statement.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, if you voted for Biden and you're paying $100 to fill up your gas tank, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
You're paying twice as much for ground beef. What are you thinking? Like,
yeah, bro. I'm like being at the grocery store. Like, I just bought a new grill. I bought a new charcoal grill, man. Like,
and now you can't buy meat.
I can't fucking cook on it, dude. No. I can't cook on it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get some steaks and shit, bro. It's like I can't find fucking steaks.
And what the left will say is like, well, Putin.
Yeah, Putin.
Putin. Like, what do you mean?
Like, I'm on vacation right now, bro. Like, we wanted to go to like Toledo Zoo. We wanted to go places, and I'm like, dude, I can't afford it right now. Like the drive.
Yeah.
Like it's too much money because of the drive.
It's a lot. Yeah. People. Yeah. I mean, I put $100 in my tank. I mean, to fill it up. Never done that in my life.
Yeah.
Like that's what people do who have like fucking
like we talked about how we never looked at gas prices like ever. Like we just never. It was like whatever. What's the point?
Yeah.
Now it's like unavoidable.
Yeah,
because you're like, what the fuck? I put I just put $20 in my tank.
Yeah, dude. And I got plans this summer. And
it didn't move.
I gotta go up north. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, now I'm gonna.
The needle doesn't move anymore.
Yeah, and I'm lower middle class. Like trying to pay for just normal trips up north in the state I live in.
Yeah.
Struggling.
Right.
Like that's people that have boats and shit, dude, they can't take the boat out.
No.
Unless you're a fucking millionaire. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You have to fill up that you might be making 80 grand a year being like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's first world's problems now, but wait till the food if the food really fucks and it goes, these farmers are paying triple the price of hay, triple the price of.
Yeah, I sent you that one of that farmer, and that one's like that's scary. That's like the scary one. I don't know if we can bring it up at all, but I sent Jim a video, and it's this woman. She's a farmer, and the video is her talking about how everybody should be preparing what's coming because we haven't even. She's saying we haven't even seen the price increase spike yet. Okay, and she's talking about how what she means by that is that all of her cows and all the meat that's going to be coming out in the fall, they're all babies right now, like they're not fully grown yet. And then she's showing her supplies to make that cow and those chickens grow, right? How much they've increased, and she's showing her what's in her. She just went to the store for like hay and feed and everything, and she's like, everything in this truck, and she breaks it down by price. She's like, but basically this truck a year ago cost me like, I think she said like $15 to $20.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just paid $60
for
it. So she's like, you don't understand that like I'm paying this much more to grow this animal that's going to be in the market, come fall or next winter, and I'm going to have to charge this much more because of what I put into it.
Yep.
So you haven't even seen the spikes yet. She's like, you're going to be seeing, $15 a pound chicken.
Yeah.
$30 a pound fucking beef.
That's crazy.
And shit. So like we haven't even seen it yet because it hasn't
the cow's still alive.
You know what I mean? it hasn't like spilled over yet.
No. Yeah. The cow that they're feeding right now is still alive. They haven't even slaughtered it yet. And she says once they go to the place where they break down the meat too. I mean, and then they have to ship the meat, and then I mean,
she's like, just get ready because it's coming, and like that's what scares me because like that's when I've always said it. That's when shit's gonna pop off.
But then 2024 comes and they rip it back, and DeSantis is president, and the prices go down, and we're all like, "Oh, DeSantis is Jesus.
He saved us."
And then they're like, "Oh, we got these fucking." They talk about this in that ceremonial room we were just speaking about. They know what they're doing. They're pulling on the heartstrings. Hopefully,
but
because if not, then it's gonna be fucking bad.
Yeah, I hope they're not going. Because what's scary is that they're going to do that, but in the sense of like the communist style of doing it. It was like, bring us, they're going to ensue that panic so that they can come out and save us.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And so that period of when they do that is going to get fucking sketchy.
Yeah. I think this capitalist society we're living in right now is actually just communism. And I'm pretty sure that that's like a thing. If you study like economics like that, like communism needs capitalism to work.
Yeah.
So because of the fact of them being able to inflate and deflate the prices of things.
Yeah.
So I think that this society we're living in is already, it's there. I think it's already, the commies won the fucking Cold War or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that happened. And we just don't know it yet. We're still playing in these ideas that we think that we have a say.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't because, the president that is an elect right now cheated to get there, and it was obvious. And we saw that years before, I remember seeing it with Bush Gore. You're like, oh, these people, we don't even have a say.
Yeah.
They're going to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And that's just how they're going to do it. Black pill.
Exactly.
Black pill.
Yeah, black pilling today. Huh?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're fucking fucked.
Read that fucking Macrous. How do you say that word? Miraculous journey of Edward Tulin.
Yeah, let your worries go.
Yeah. I couldn't even read that word. Oh my Lord.
One last thing I want to touch on is have you seen the Justin Bieber shit?
Oh, dude.
Pop it, baby.
Fuck, if that's not the right button. I don't know where that button is.
What? There it is.
C squared. Clones are real. The Earth is flat. Vaccines are safe and effective. Secret hideout science. Science is cool.
Okay, so you have seen it though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He if you don't know what we're talking about, Justin Bieber he came out with a video. He has paralysis in half of his face. Did you watch the video?
I saw the clips of it.
Okay.
I don't know if there's more to it than what I saw.
No, it's just like he lost feeling in half of his face, and half of his face doesn't work, right? And he's saying it's some disease. He's talking in the video, explaining what it is because he had to cancel a bunch of tour dates and shit like that. And it's fucked up watching the video, like because half his face is blinking and the other half won't.
Yeah, it's gnarly. Dude.
Yeah, and he's saying that it's from some virus in his ear that caused it. And he's like, yeah, I'll go back to normal, and like it's just gonna take time and work, and I gotta do exercises and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's just something sketchy when you watch the video, like the way he's talking. He's saying a lot, like he's just the way he talks about it.
You feel like he's being like fed these things to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like it's one of two things in my view. It's either the clone malfunctioned, and he's gonna get better.
Yeah.
He's got to get better. Because this one's gonna get disposed of.
Yeah, this one's broken.
Yeah, this one's broken.
He's gonna come out jacked and shit with like a bunch of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You're like, and everyone's like, "Oh man, Justin Bieber looks great now."
Yeah, because Bieber's kind of a weird one. Like Bieber I feel like Bieber keeps getting like he keeps breaking his MK Ultra. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
Like I feel like he breaks his MK Ultra and then he gets fucking reprogrammed.
Yeah.
And then breaks it again or some shit like that.
Like he wants to step out of it. And he's kind of a product of like early YouTube.
Well, he's like
the first YouTube.
Well, no, I'm just saying he's like fucking, this kid went through some shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he wasn't built in a lab,
yes,
for it, then he was put into a sacrificial type thing. Because he became a star at like what, fucking 10 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
and it's probably just been passed around and everything like that.
Yeah, Usher.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's just you got to watch the video. It's just so it's either his clone's malfunctioning or it's a vaccine injury.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Is what's it called? It's called something. Ramsay Hunt syndrome.
Yeah,
like that is a known side effect of the vaccine.
Well, I think what's that palsy? Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy
is one.
Okay, and it shares the same symptoms
with a lot of vaccines.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very, very similar in symptoms. So people are thinking like that's what this is.
And he got shot up.
He's not allowed to.
He's had 5 boosters.
Yeah,
in order for him to go on
and
tour.
then his like 25-year-old wife had a stroke too.
You hope something like this would open his eyes to being like, hold on, like you hope
he's
like
not allowed to.
You hope like Joe Rogan's like, listen, this is because of the vaccine, kid.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, and then he speaks up against the vaccine. But that's not going to happen either.
He probably is. He's probably like, this is the vaccine. And they're like,
yeah, exactly. You say, they're holding the fucking gun.
Yeah. He's
to his wife's head. Like, it was a stroke the first time, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a stroke.
Yeah.
And now they got this thing out, like sudden adult death syndrome.
Which used to be like the infant one.
Yeah. SIDS.
Yeah.
Which is fucked. It is like such a fuck. You gotta like dive into that if you have a kid. Like the idea of SIDS is fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just like being like, oh, we killed your kid on accident. We're calling it this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna put all these injections in your kid, and what? Your kid died in your sleep 2 days later.
He had this
we
syndrome.
We don't know why.
Yeah.
We can't figure it out.
Yeah.
We have no explanation, so we call it the SIDS.
Yeah.
He died of SIDS. Like, I can't imagine.
And they're like, what causes SIDS? They're like, no, it's SIDS.
It's SIDS.
SIDS
That's basically what it's like, man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being a parent of someone who lost a child, parent of a child that died from that, like, because that's what they're given. They're just like, oh, it's SIDS. We don't know why.
Yeah. And they just
like,
expect you to just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And now they're doing it with
Doctor knows
Now they're
best.
doing it with fucking 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're trying to play it off like, oh yeah, this has always been a thing. You could just randomly die in your sleep. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It can't be the bad poison we just gave you. Can't be that.
Yeah.
Can't be the bad poison that has side effects. So you can look up people dying
In combination with the food we're feeding you.
Yeah,
And the fucking
exactly.
5G we're shoving in your brain and shit.
Yeah. There's nothing to do with that. In 100 years, they're going to be like, oh my God, these people were all dying because of the food they were eating. And I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But if it actually comes out that like, oh, they were strictly poisoning this population.
Yeah.
And,
Man, if I was suicidal, I'm just thinking about it. If I was like suicidal, I think I would just get a plane. Like I would save up for like 2
be careful
years.
here what you say.
No. And I would get a plane and I would try to fly over the ice wall.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it. Like you just like, all right,
Like fuck it.
we're gonna go.
If you make it, you probably land someplace, and then once you step out of the plane, like you'd probably instantly be not depressed anymore. You know what I'm saying?
There's a flat Earth sense to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there's an ice wall.
There's an ice wall.
With a different civilization.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool actually.
Yeah. And they all fuck each other.
Is this person woke or what?
They all fuck each other.
I didn't watch any more of that flat Earth doc. Did you?
Not yet.
No.
No.
I know I put it on the back burner. I didn't mean to.
Because it's intense. That's why.
It's great though.
It's heavy. That's
It's
why.
good though. It is good.
Yeah.
But we should wrap it.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find us?
Check us out on Instagram at Secret Hideout Podcast. Like and share the reels. And we also have a TikTok, Secret Hideout Podcast. The more you like all that stuff and comment, the awesome, the algorithm is. And we can get out there and talk to all of y'all. And YouTube, Secret Hideout Podcast. Like and subscribe and share. Yeah.
Yeah, and like always, don't listen to a word we say because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And please do your own research, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Later.